Today I want to talk to you guys about desire. So, at one point or another, every couple has come into me and said, we're having desire issues. And each of you has the same problem. It feels like one person has low desire and one person has high desire. Well, guess what? You're probably both very normal. It's really common in a relationship for there to be a higher desire partner and a lower desire partner. And the challenge is not that you have different desire levels. The challenge is finding a compromise somewhere in between. So let's learn a little bit about desire. So there's spontaneous desire and there's responsive desire. Spontaneous desire is just your natural hormonal desire. Basically, when you're a teenager, you have a higher desire level, but and even in your 20s, you have a higher desire level, but as people age, sometimes it drops off. Like for men, their peak is at 17, 18, and 19, and they have a slow return or slow decline over their lifespan. Whereas women have peaks and valleys, right? So we are high desire in teens and 20s, but then right after a baby, desire plummets. Sometimes right after menopause, desire plummets. And then a woman's sexual peak is supposed to be around 35 to 40. And at that point, she kind of has this acceleration until she hits menopause, and then it's a drop. And so those are the typicals, but they can even still be different in between. And this is the hard thing, is that it's pretty common for either males or females to be low desire. And when anybody is in that category, then sometimes people are looking at them and saying, oh, there's something wrong with you. Why do you have such low desire? When it's actually perfectly normal. Everybody just exists on a spectrum. So how do we find compromises? Well, you find it in responsive desire. So responsive desire is the way people respond to sexual topics or eroticism. And what people do to experience responsive desire is they figure out different things that turn them on. And when they engage in those intentionally, then they can create desire for them. Most women are not as much of the spontaneous desire people. They're more responsive desire. And most men tend to be more spontaneous. That doesn't mean there can't be responsive desire men or that there can't be spontaneous desire women. It's just saying the majority of women and men tend to fall on the opposite spectrum. So then when you guys are together, that's why you're having problems, because men are looking at women and saying, there's something wrong with you. Why don't you like sex the way I do? Or why don't you just want to do it spontaneously? And then the women are like, well, why do you expect me to do it that way? I need to be worked into this. I'm not interested in the same way. That's where the phrase, like, men are microwaves and women are ovens comes from. Because essentially, many men are spontaneous desire. And if any interest in sex is present, they're going to jump on it and they're ready to go. But not all men. And on the other side, many women require, like an oven, some preheating. That they're not going to just jump on the opportunity. They're going to need a little bit of time to work into the experience, and they may need a little flirting and romance. And so basically what you guys need to do is stop judging each other, because when you come at each other from a more judgmental stance, it's harder to actually work on it and find compromises. Because what I see couples doing is saying, oh, this is what's wrong with you. Why don't you experience sex the way I experience it? There's something wrong with you. You need to figure yourself out. You need to fix it. And the reality is desire is a couple's issue. It's something that you both need to work on and come up with middle grounds for. And the more that you can work on it as a team, the better you can actually come up with compromises. And of course, always, if you're really struggling with it and you've tried a bunch of things, come into therapy. That's what I'm here for. Or other sex therapists in your area, of course. Like, our job is to teach people what's normal and to help you have some of those conversations so that it's not so much of a problem. So I'm Angela Skirtu with St. Louis Marriage Therapy. You can find me at www.therapistintlouis.com. And please like, share, and subscribe if you find these helpful. Thank you.